Good afternoon. My name is Medhat Andrawis. I am from Macquarie University, Australia, in Sydney. I am working as a lecturer in accounting auditing and also a researcher in auditing, specifically audit judgment. This include professional skepticism, audit quality, and other areas as well. I would like to thank the INCP for the invitation and for their hospitality and for asking me to do such a video. And I'm quite sure I'm going to do videos in the near future as well, beside this one. What acceptable level of skepticism is, I have a question mark about this particular area. So part of the definition of professional skepticism is auditors need to may distrust the client. In other words, they're not going to believe everything which the client or the management give to the auditor. Conservatism is very important part of the audit judgment, or conservatism bias is very important part of the audit judgment. Independent also, it's related to professional skepticism. It's very important for the auditor to be independent and have objectivity, and this is a sign for professional skepticism. Auditor usually or should assume there is some dishonest evidence provided to them, and therefore they need to follow up with this particular evidence. Some argue that skepticism is very hard to teach, very hard to train. We cannot train people to be skeptical. Some argue that it is just an individual personality characteristic rather than something which is we can really enhance. We're not sure about the truth of this particular statement, so we need to know whether it's just individual or personality or maybe something else. So when we expecting to have an auditor acceptable or have acceptable level of skepticism, then we're expecting a quality audit. So that's why the ACCA in 2017 really linked the professional skepticism with audit quality. So another word we can define, we can link professional skepticism with audit quality. Why it's important? That's the second point which is I would like to talk about it. Why we expecting the auditor to have professional skepticism? Is it important for the auditors? The Center of Audit Quality in 2010 issue a report saying that it is important to have a skepticism because it is a way to detect financial reporting fraud, which is very interesting. So it is important to have a skepticism. Without appropriate level of skepticism, auditor going to miss fraud which exist in the financial statement. The other thing which is very important for professional skepticism is that the IAASB in 2015 again issue a report saying that it is a sign of audit quality, and specifically they address skepticism and audit quality in input of the audit and output of the audit, and also the process of the audit. An auditor should have that level of skepticism during all the process of the audit. Similarly, the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants in 2017 issued a report saying that auditors who are skeptical is likely to produce high quality audit. So quality of the audit, it's very key motivation for auditors to be skeptical. Also, the International Ethical Standard Board for Accountants, IESBA, said skepticism is important because it's related to ethics. So another important area that's auditors who are skeptical are likely to act in an ethical way or to follow code of ethics. Ethics include independence and objectivity of the auditors. Independence are two types, independent in mind and independent in appearance. Independent in mind, this is how the auditors see themselves, whether they are independent or not. However, independent in appearance is just how the people look at the auditor. Is the auditor independent or not? And given these two important issues, auditors should have or should act in an independent way. And skepticism is linked to that because it is auditors usually going to be objective if they are skeptical. And if this is the case, then we're expecting the auditor to have integrity and exercise objectivity as well. So it is important to have the auditor skeptical because it's really a sign that the auditor need to follow code of ethics. The other important issue related to skepticism, that if the auditor not skeptical enough, this will impact on the quality of the audit. And this is mentioned in many professional bodies reports. For example, in ACRA in 2013, Canadian Public Accounting Board, CPAB 2013, and the Financial Reporting Council 2013, Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, said the same thing. Even in Australian Security and Investment Commission, they mentioned many things. They said that auditors are failing to exercise sufficient professional skepticism. Unfortunately, that's why it's important to look ways to improve auditor professional skepticism. Up to now, we actually discovered this is true. There is some auditors fail to exercise professional skepticism.